There are a lot of different tunings on the banjo. There's about 30 or 40. And a lot of different kinds of songs are sung, too. They're not all about murder and unsuccessful love. Some actually don't have much subject matter at all. They're just kind of fun songs or kind of peripheral words, you might say. And this is one such. It's a beautiful tune, one of my favorites. It's called Oh, My Little Darling. See if I can hit the strings. Let's see, I think I'd like to pick some on another instrument here. I got a limitless supply back here on the stage. You know what this instrument here is. The first one I played was the fiddle. It's a violin, it's a country violin. And the other one was a 5-string banjo. And with the advent of the guitar, why, that really was the beginning of the string band, which led on to hillbilly music in the teens and 20s of this century. The guitar, in the early days of its being in the mountains, did its best to adapt itself to some of the old modal songs that really didn't lend themselves to chords. So the guitar gave a little bit, and the melodic line gave a little bit, and this is more or less what happened on one of the best of the old-time ballads, as far as I'm concerned. It's Lady of Carlisle. Down in Carlisle, there lived a lady, being most beautiful and gay. She was determined to live a lady, no man on earth could her betray, unless it were a man of honor in high degree, and then approached to loving soldiers this fair lady for to see. One being a brave lieutenant and a man of war, the other being a brave sea captain of the ship that had come from far. Then up spoke a fair young lady, saying, I can't be but one man's bride, but if you'll come back tomorrow morning, and on this case we will decide. She ordered her a span of horses at her command, and down the road these three did travel till they come to the lion's den. Oh, there she stopped and there she halted. These two soldiers stood gazing around, and for the space of half an hour this young lady lies speechless on the ground. And when she did recover, she threw her fan down in the lion's den, saying, which of you to gain a lady will return her fan again? Then up spoke a brave lieutenant, raised his voice both loud and clear, saying, no, I am, dear, a lover of women, but I will not give my life for love. Then up spoke a brave sea captain. He raised his voice both loud and high, saying, oh, I am a dear lover of women, I will return her fan or die. Down in the lion's den he boldly entered, the lions being both wild and fierce. He marched around and in among them safely returned her fan again. And when she saw her true lover coming, seeing no harm had been done to him, she threw herself against his bosom, saying, here is the prize that you have won. The most important single thing that's made American music American is the music of the Negro, from the late unlamented minstrel shows that started in the 1800s to the great jazz, which is still developing up to now, to the blues, which has affected American music as a whole, no matter whether it's country music or the urban music. And the early guitar players back in the hills, while they really enjoyed this music fantastically and they learned a lot of the blues. I'd like to do one with the, well, it's supposed to be a bottleneck, but I just have to use a Hawaiian steel here. Regular guitar with a raised end here so that I don't bang the frets too much with this piece of metal here, if you can see it. There you go. And a song came out of West Virginia about 60 or 70 years ago, still up to date, Worried Blues. Got the worried blues, got no heart to cry. Got the worried blues, got no heart to cry. If the blues don't kill me, boys, I'll never die. When you got the blues, you can't eat nor sleep. When you got the blues, you can't eat nor sleep. You walk around like a police on his beat. I dreamt last night, lied all back in the bed. I dreamt last night, lied all back in the bed. I dreamt last night that woman I love was dead. That woman I love, she's done dead and gone. That woman I love, she's done dead and gone. She left me here trying to sing my ragtime song. I went to the graveyard, looked in the woman's face. Went to the graveyard, looked in the woman's face. I love you, honey, but I sure can't take your place. When I leave here, just hang grape on the door. When I leave here, just hang grape on the door. I won't be dead, I just won't be here no more. I'd like to do a couple of tunes with the auto harp. One or two here. A ballad that I learned from my folks way back when I was a kid. That was about 2 or 3 years ago. Called When First to This Country. It comes out of Texas, and I put it with the auto harp about 10 years ago. To this country, a stranger I came. I courted a fair maiden, Nancy was her name. I courted her for love, and her love I didn't obtain. Do you think I've any reason or right to complain? I rode to see my Nancy, I rode both day and night. I courted dearest Nancy, my own heart's true delight. I rode to see my Nancy, I rode both day and night, till I stole a fine gray horse from Captain William White. The sheriff's men had followed and overtaken me. They carted me away to the penitentiary. They opened up the door and then they shoved me in. They cleared off my head and they shaved off my chin. They banged me and fed me on dry beans, till I wished to my own soul I'd never been a thief. With my hands in my pockets and my cap set on so bold, with my coat of many colors like Jacob's of old. Well, I've given you some of the ideas of some of the types of country mountain music there are, from the old modal sounds unaccompanied with chords up to this chord instrument here, the auto harp. And I think I'll close out here with one of the western swing tunes that's been popular with auto harp players.